My name is Nuran. I live in London. It's been 10 years now, but originally I am from Hungary. My background is mixture, is a mix. I'm half Hungarian, half Egyptian. However, my dad passed away when I was a child, so I knew nothing about Islam apart from the all the bads, all the contradictions. It was 2017 during Ramadan. Prior to that, I was digging myself in the topic in the past 2 years. So basically, I had a friend who converted to Islam, and I was a little bit furious because I was thinking naively that I have a Muslim family. I know what Islam is. And this friend of mine started praying 5 times a day, voluntary fasting, and I'm finding extreme. So what happened is, very arrogantly, I started reading the Quran and reading and trying to find my truth that, oh, it doesn't have to be that strict. It doesn't have to be so strict. And well, I read it on and off, and I stopped at some point. Then those terrorist attacks came up in France. All the propaganda videos came out, like how Islam is bad, and like all the Islamophobe news were coming up. So I was just thinking to myself, well, I've got a Muslim family, I know, and I know that they're not terrorists. Also, I've got this friend still who is trying to give dawah to me. So I was just thinking to myself, let me go back to the Quran. Let me start reading because I felt like I couldn't speak up like I couldn't speak up against these news. And with this intention, I got to read books as well, which really helped me, which was the stories of the prophets, which I could really relate to. And then I did a lot of self contemplation, self reflection. And this way, slowly, slowly, I just got to make up my mind and got committed to, I just became committed to Islam. So that was a bit tricky. Not tricky, but then I kept asking how I can take my shahada. I didn't know anything about that. And I knew about the kalimat to say the wordings of the shahada. So one day, and also I was told that because I have got Muslim family and also my name, Egyptian name, so I went to take ghusl, to have a shower one day, and I came out, I dressed up, and in my room, I just took my shahada. That's it. So it was very, 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 very special. Oh, it was difficult. It was very difficult. So prior to that, to know that my mom lived in Egypt for more than 7 years. My brother was born there. My mom was around my family who wasn't that practicing, or maybe she didn't see them practicing. So they already had these misconceptions on, especially on Muslim women, about the hijab, about their freedom. All the misconceptions, you name it, she had it. She's very predictive. She's already like predicted my future, that this is what's going to happen to you, which wasn't that bad in my mind, but it was quite bad in her mind. So it was a fight. I think it was a fight for a good 5 years. Even though I lived by myself, I wasn't influenced directly by a man or anything that, she could think that, oh, I'm just brainwashed, even though this is what she thought. Then my brother got involved. I remember one day there was like a very awkward phone call that they kept calling me and then just saying like, what's happening to you? Like your family values are not important for you. And then I think all this stopped, like this direct time to time, not all the time, but it's time to time it would come up confrontations just before I got married, which was 3 years ago. So now we're okay. Now hijab is okay. Now I can worry about my daughter, what they think, and what they're not waiting for to happen to her. To struggle with, I would think for me, this family, the family issues, the family holidays are not there, like Christmas. I mean, alhamdulillah, I meet my family quite often. I visit them, or my mom comes and will visit and visits us. But still, that the holidays that are, it's not for me, it's more for them that I can't give them that joy, or birthdays, especially now the first grandchild is in the family. So missing on these events for them is difficult for me that I see them disappointed. They are a little bit different in a sense that they have their own cultures, they have their own personalities and culture. is not necessarily equal to religion. So, me as a Hungarian, we have many traditions which has nothing to do with Christianity, which is the main religion in Hungary, and our food is just as good as curries. I mean, I'm not saying it's a double struggle, but we do have a past that we're trying to leave behind, but they come up time to time. So Muslim people should be a bit patient with us. I did this series because I wanted to take part in this series because I want to see, especially reverts, that they are not alone. Whatever struggles they have, there's another revert which has the same struggle to show that supporting reverts is necessary in the community. To be honest, I live in East London and there's a great support there in East London. Also, the Muslim community, the Born Muslim community, has improved immensely to take reverts in, to cater for reverts. The events we have is that there are some just for reverts or including reverts as well. I'm going to stay positive on this because, alhamdulillah, the Muslim community has grown. Yes, I have recently one-to-one support from one of the members or from one of the workers from Solace, which helped me a lot. It helped me, like the discussions with the sister helped me to reflect a lot. Her questions were amazing. I could put things in place in my head, and also the suggestions were great from the sister, and I tried to implement it in my life, tried to progress, and it worked. Mostly it worked. Because Solace is not just helping River sisters emotionally, but any River sister who is in trouble financially in the society, they can apply as Solace and they can help sheltering sisters. And now the new marriage program came out, which is fantastic. So I feel like Solace slowly backs up the River sisters in any way.